What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. This is the 77th episode. We're very nearing 100. And maybe you guys can help us come up with a really cool way to ring in 100 episodes. We've been kind of thinking about it. Nothing really seems to, click. But we're getting close to 100 episodes, and I want to do something very special for 100 episodes. So we're open to ideas, obviously within reason. But anyway, guys,
I still like the Jason in the thong idea. So
that's not happening.
Nobody likes that. Even Jason doesn't like that. So no. Seriously though, guys, welcome back. It's another Monday. It was actually a really nice Monday here in Pennsylvania. It was over 80 degrees, and it's October 2nd, so it's nice. But anyway, guys, we got a good bit of stuff to talk about tonight. We have an interesting giveaway going for tonight, which we're going to talk about in 1 second. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? I'm curious what your thoughts are for the 100 episodes. I think that might be kind of interesting. Matt Hurley, Keith French, Paul Yunker, John Perkins, Shane's in the house, Ryan, Bruno. Zoom it for all to join.
2020.
Yeah.
Larry Anthony.
Larry. I got to pull this up. I don't have it up yet.
Gary Glock. Look at all these names.
Yeah, Luke Walker says OnlyFans girls driving Justin's Z06 for 100.
Hey.
Yeah.
Again, I said this had to be within reason because number one, there's no way I could afford that.
You couldn't afford the divorce.
I was gonna say, even if I got my wife on board with that, I couldn't afford those people. They make way more money than I do.
Oh, that's a good one. Interview with Taj. That's good.
Yeah, getting him on the phone would be pretty difficult, I would imagine.
Probably.
All right, so we got 22 thumbs ups currently, guys. Let's hit this thing quick. Let's get to 100 again ASAP. That really helps the channel a lot. It helps this whole live thing go a little bit better. So let's get to 100 ASAP, guys, and I can help you out here, show you what it looks like. In case you guys don't know, this is what the thumbs ups look like. These help a lot. Please smash the thumbs up. Let's get to 100 by 8 o'clock. That would be really cool. Bruno says, you guys dress in Barbie gear. I think we could get Steve to do that.
Dress in what?
Barbie gear.
Yeah, right.
I'm the wrong YouTuber, but I guarantee there's some couple we know. I'm saying.
Glass City Car Nerd says live with guests, get everyone together. That was my intention at Carlisle, but man, it just did not happen. It did not happen, and I was really hoping we would have enough people there at one point to do that. I do like that idea though. Actually, Glass City, did you go on the Drive and Dine yesterday? Black Rose Z06. Anybody have a deposit at Whitmoyer for a Z06? Not me, not anybody I know, actually. I'm trying to think about it. Nobody I know. Let's see. I've had a deposit with Criswell for 2.5 years and haven't heard a peep. All right, so guys, again, if you are interested in getting a Z06 and you're okay paying a little bit over, I have a friend at a dealership that can get you a car for a little bit over. It's not massive. I'll tell you this, it's under 20,000. So if you're interested in getting a Z06 early, well, not early at this point, but quicker, shoot me an email. It's just the horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, and I can hook you up with this information.
Hope you like the interest rates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you pay cash because it's bad.
General Lee says, hey guys, can't stay long. Out celebrating 36th year anniversary with wifey. I'll have to watch the refresh. General, the fact that you got on even long enough to say that.
Yeah.
You're a tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wheeler O'Hara says, sadly, it looks like the Z06 will not be in the cards for him with drastic price hikes in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Happy anniversary, General Lee. 36 years is, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
Mark Cutsey, I actually just sent you an email a little bit ago. I need some information from you. So if you want to check that email, get me that info. We can get you out your your prize.
Your prize.
63 thumbs up currently, guys. We need, 34 more to hit our goal of 100 by 8. That would be awesome.
That'd be easy.
Good job. You guys are doing awesome so far. And you know what happens at 8 o'clock. Once we hit that 100 thumbs ups, you know what happens. Thanks, guys. I'm getting the look now, says General Lee. Yeah, I had a feeling. All right, General, we totally understand. You got to duck out early for this one. That is a very understandable situation. So happy anniversary. Go enjoy yourself.
Yep.
This front seat driver guy says, "What's up, everyone? I finally made it on." Don't know who that is.
I don't
Never
know,
heard of him.
but if you can't make it on time, then don't show up.
Oh, ouch. I'll make sure I tell him. I'm going to be like, hey,
Tell
you
that
should
dude.
hear.
Make sure, let him know. Don't do it again. No, I couldn't get my computer to work. It was taking me forever.
All right, so I just got an interesting text message. So, who just said that? Black Rose Z06. You were asking if I know anybody that has a Z06 allocation from Whitmoyer. I do, actually. I just had a friend text me and say that he has his at Whitmoyer. Is there a reason you're asking specifically? In friend. What's up, Larry? Anthony, how you doing? Tennessee in the house, says Victor Johnson. Guys, we are going to talk about a little bit of information here in a second, but before we do, I'm going to turn it over to Steve, and Steve is going to talk to us a little bit about our awesome giveaway going tonight.
So, if you got a Corvette, you know it's winter. And what happens in the winter? Most of our cars park. And, well, my car's parked all the time anyways. But
Yeah.
most people park their cars. And one of the most important things you can have is a battery tender. And so we decided we should give that away tonight or next week, depending on where we go. But tonight's giveaway is the battery tender, and it's for the C8 or C7. Depends on what you want.
C6.
Or C6. Yeah, I guess with the logo, whatever you get. But that's what we're giving away tonight. And I know there's some people have a couple cars coming that's going to need a battery tender, 2020 Matrix. Well, if he ever gets a Z06, because it's stuck at the yard right now.
Yeah.
But
All right, guys. So
that's it.
the battery tender. So what Steve's talking about, this is the beauty right here. So this will plug in and charge your C6, C7, or C8 Corvette, and it will keep your battery basically charged over the winter time. So if you guys park your cars like all of us have to up here in the north, this is a great item to have. It will make sure your battery doesn't die. For those of you who don't know, if your battery in your car ever completely, fully drains, it is literally killing parts of the battery. So certain cells of your battery will never recover if you allow it to fully drain. So that can happen over winter time. It's a good idea to have a battery tender to stop that from happening. So you can get one here. As you saw there, they are about $150. You can buy these directly from GM. A lot of people do whenever they order their cars. They come with them. You can win one here tonight for a donation of $10. And you know what? If you guys want to throw $50 donations tonight, will be double entries. So if you want to throw a $50 donation at it, you'll get 10 entries instead of 5. And yeah, so if you want to have a good shot at winning this thing, $50 gets you 10 entries. $10 will get you 1 entry. We obviously prefer Venmo. The link is pinned at the top of this chat. If you want to get entered to win, use that link. Get yourself entered, and we will. If we make enough, we have to make about $300 to make this worthwhile. So if we make $300 tonight, we will give away this battery tender tonight. Otherwise, it will be next Monday night.
Cool. HPO.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Matt Hurley says, awesome giveaway, boys. Even though I live in Florida and don't have cold winters, I do keep all my cars on battery tenders 24/7 when I'm not driving them. Yeah, you have so many cars, it's probably impossible to actually drive all of them in a month.
He probably has like 50 of them.
Hey, if you need another battery tender, Matt, this is the time and place to get it for a little bit less than what you'll pay at the dealership.
Or he owns one.
Plus, it helps support a decent... Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It helps support a decent channel. You know, it's okay. It's acceptable. Let's see. What do we got here? 81 thumbs up currently, says Shane. That's awesome. We're pretty close, guys. So 19 more by 8 o'clock, and we hit our first deadline, and then the second one comes after that. That's how these things work. But guys, if we could hit 100, it really helps the channel, like I said, and it would, you know, it would make me shut up about it. So
let's do the news. Boo.
Okay, let's do the news. 84 thumbs up currently. So a little bit of the news, guys. We're going to jump into this. The some of the ordering constraints are out. Basically, that means we have some information talking about exactly what is on constraint and exactly what's not. Now, it's interesting here because this article says that it's for the 24 Corvette E-RAY and Z06 orders, but the problem is that so far, the plant has not built any Z06s. They have only built Stingrays. With that said, these are your constraints. So the 2024 Corvette E-RAY, gloss black forged, bright polished forged, pearl nickel forged wheels are all on constraint. So basically, if you're not getting the carbon fiber wheels, you're not getting wheels. So, oh man, how they have the car's not even out yet, and these things are already on constraint. It just blows my mind. The engine appearance package is on constraint, and the interior carbon fiber package is on constraint.
Well, then I'm out.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like there's so much on constraint right off the bat, and I don't understand it. The car is literally not even out yet. I get the two bottom ones. I get the engine appearance package, and I get the carbon fiber interior because that's been the same since the Z06. But the three new forged aluminum wheels, those haven't even existed outside of the E-RAY yet. How are they already on constraint? It doesn't make any sense. But obviously, moving along, the one thing that stands out to me, obviously, is the engine appearance package and the carbon fiber interior package because of what I said earlier, but also because a lot of the cars that are being held up right now at the plant, 2020 Matrix 8s being one of them, is being held up because of carbon fiber parts from what I've read. We'll talk more about that in a second. But for the 2024 Corvette Z06, the constraints are the carbon flash high wing, the visible carbon fiber high wing, again, carbon fiber stuff, carbon fiber ground effects, carbon flash ground effects, carbon fiber engine shield, engine appearance package, and the carbon fiber interior package. So basically,
if you want anything, it's on constraint.
If you want any carbon fiber, it's on constraint.
Carbon flash as well, though, on your Arrow.
Well, yeah, but that's still carbon fiber. It's just painted. So carbon fiber in general is becoming very difficult for GM to get for some reason. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as soon as we talk about. Let's see, where's that at? Oh, this one right here. So as we talk about this, which is Chevrolet has hundreds of 2023 Corvette Z06s built, but they're sitting in this lot. You can see it in the picture because they're waiting on parts.
There's 2020 Matrix right there.
Yep. I told him, I was texting him the other day, and I said, I probably saw your car whenever I was down there because we went past that lot a couple different times.
They're baking in the sun.
Yeah, baking in the sun. And they're not even covered. Like, you would think that by now they would have just the white covering on them or something. But they're just sitting there completely out in the open, no protection on them at all. That's nice. Not that it probably doesn't hurt the car, but at the same time, it hurts my heart and it hurts my soul to see that. Because, I mean, these cars are not cheap. And every one of these cars is someone's baby. And it's sitting out in the sun.
Steve would be okay with it, but the rest of us, I don't know.
I'd die.
So, yeah, and that's one thing. So, Rivermutt says carbon fiber is all selling on aftermarket. And that's part of the reason. I mean, actually, that is the reason I did what I did with my cars because I couldn't get Z07. I couldn't get the package that I wanted. So, I got the Z06 and I added it after the fact. The sad part is that's cheaper to do that way. And it's also way more effective because you're going to get the car a lot faster. So if you're not buying the car specifically for the resale value and you actually want just the Z07, just buy the Z06 and add it after the fact. You can get it for less than half the price of what GM charges for those parts. So what did 2020 Matrix 8 just said something? What did he say? Yeah, he says, yep, there I am. Can't miss it. You are in there somewhere. in this picture here, your car is there. That's a lot of cars. I mean, this article literally says hundreds, but I mean, that is literally hundreds. That's not just like 100 or 200. That's probably 500, 600 to 800 cars sitting there. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I'd be super happy about that if that was my car was held up just sitting there, because they're being, like I said, they're being held up because of carbon fiber shortages. That's what I'm reading here, is that every one of these is basically on hold for some carbon fiber part. Now, this is extremely weird to me because none of these cars were on constraint for these carbon fiber parts. So when the person placed the order for this car, like Jeremy, I know for a fact, when he placed the order for his car, none of the parts that are holding up his car now were listed as on constraint. So something happened between the time he placed his order and now that there's some sort of shortage going on that GM had no idea was coming, or else they would have had that on constraint to begin with. 90 thumbs ups currently, guys. We need 10 more to hit our deadline by, well, we got 10 minutes for 10 more thumbs ups. I think we can make that happen, guys.
Hey, Justin, want to check your Venmo?
Yeah,
It's been a
Steve
while.
Robertson. I saw that earlier.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you.
Alrighty, let's see what we got here. All right, Keith French gives $20.
All right.
So he gets 2 entries.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Keith. Man, I always have such a hard time figuring out how to get to the main screen in Venmo. Let's see. We got Jamie, Glass City Car Nerd. He donates $50, so he gets 10 entries for the battery tender. He said, "I missed you guys yesterday." Yeah, me and Amber were going to come out, but she ended up having something to do with her parents, and it ended up taking longer than we had hoped. So, Steve Robertson gives $50, so he gets 10 entries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2020 Matrix 8. He gives $100, so he's going to get,
Jeremy.
I mean, basically that's 20 entries. He wants to have that stuff before his car comes.
Yeah,
He
he's got
will.
plenty of time. We could probably walk it out there.
Yeah, right. And still be on time.
Yep.
All right, so let's see. We got 92 thumbs ups. I had a question in here that I wanted to answer. Let me scroll back up through here for a second. Oreste donates $20, so he gets 2 entries. I believe
Thank you,
that's Joey
Oreste.
B. Yes, sir. Kerry Glock, $50, so he gets 10 entries.
You know what that means? It means it's going tonight.
Did we hit it?
Yes.
All right, so guys, the battery tender will be given away.
Yeah.
Oh man, we just got another one. Matt Hurley gives $100.
Yo, Matt.
My whole night's
said-
gonna be putting these people into the computer over here. I'm like, dang.
He said that he can always use another battery tender.
Yeah, I bet. That's just a reason for him to buy another car. He's like, well, I had to buy a new car. I got another tender.
Right, yeah. Like, I can't just have a battery tender sitting around. I gotta have a car attached to it.
Use, man.
All right, there we go, guys. We are at 104 thumbs ups currently. That's awesome. We did that before 8
we
o'clock.
made it.
So technically we have 38 more minutes to hit 96 more thumbs ups. Yeah, Joey B is Oreste. Thank you for actually including that, but I actually remembered your name. So thank you for including that, though. That's really awesome. All right, we got 108 thumbs ups currently, so we need 92 more in 38 minutes. We can definitely do that, guys. Smash the thumbs up. Let us know you're liking the content. Let's see. There was a question. I'm gonna find it. It was something about. Yeah, Eric says, guys, do you think the Z06 pricing will go up for 2024 after the strike ends? No. Believe it or not, I don't. Not for 24. Because the prices are already set for 2024s. Now, what is going to happen is the part shortages are going to be such a problem that a lot of people aren't going to get their 2024 and they're going to be pushed over into a 2025, at which point the price is definitely going to go up.
Maybe we can get Mary to split her salary and we can all get a discount.
The thing is, though, every year the cars are going to go up, the starting price. But for 2025s, if I had to guess, the starting price is going to go up significantly because of the strike. Assuming that they come to an agreement by then, they're going to be paying the workers possibly 40% more, which is an insane raise of money.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If the prices go up significantly, I'm not getting a Z06. I don't care. It's not that important to me. I mean, I really, really, really want one, but I'm not going to take it in the shorts just because the people at the top want to make a bunch of money.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, so Jason, you're probably good because of where you sit on that list. You are very likely to get a 24.
I hope.
With this strike and everything going on, it's going to be a late 24 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Based on what I've heard a lot of people throwing around December. And I don't know why, I don't know how this is really a thing, but a lot of people are speculating this strike is going to last until late December. Supposedly for the new year is whenever things are going to start getting back to normal as far as that's concerned. But that means GM is going to have to come to an agreement with the UAW. And to do that, that's 40% more. And GM is not going to eat that cost. You are.
All of us are. It's always us.
Yeah. So 40% more they're going to have to eat, which means the price of this car goes up at least 10%, maybe more. And I mean, honestly, even at 10%, that's a lot of money to raise the price of the car.
I'm still not going to do it at 10%. I don't have to have the car. It's not the end of my world.
The car's already extremely expensive. To add any more to it, I mean, even the bump that we got from 23 to 24, the bump and the fact that you don't get the $5,000 now, it's like that combined with it, it was over 10 grand for that bump if you combine the two things together. Let's see. Mark Cutsey says, so Amber, how was driving the ZR1 since you killed it driving Justin's manual Z06? Yeah. She has not driven the ZR1. She has to be way better at driving a manual transmission before I let her drive the ZR1. That's a good question. Larry Anthony says, Jason, do you have to have a Z07?
I was just replying to it. I just thought I was on another page. I don't on my current Z06, but on the one I was ordering, I did order the Z07, but of course, unlikely I would get it.
Yeah, if you don't have to have a Z07, your odds of getting the car earlier are better.
Right. I'll forego the Z07, but I'm not going to forego everything that I want just to get the car, because then it's not going to be the car that I wanted.
Right. I got every single thing I wanted on mine except for Z07. And that's if I were you and you could get a Z06 but not a Z07, I would do the same thing if I were you. Just get everything else. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that's really. Well, did you want level 2 carbon fiber interior?
I do. Now, that's not the end of the world, though. There are other companies that make carbon fiber. Just ask Mark Cutsey. He knows. So,
or that guy that's sitting right beside you, at least on the screen. He knows, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff,
too. But remember, I'm doing interior and anyway, because I'm not doing it. I'm doing convertible.
Yeah. So Ryan says, no more $5,000 for keeping the car for 6 months. Do they still void the warranty if you sell within 6 months?
Of course they do.
They sure do. That's the thing that's really mind-blowing. They still cancel your warranty, but they don't give you the $5,000 anymore. And now here's the thing is I just came across an article, I think it was either yesterday or today, that said 3 people so far have tested GM and taken them to court over this canceling of the warranty for selling the car, and all 3 of them have won. So it sounds to me like GM is not legally allowed to do this. That's what it sounds like.
Good.
If they're winning that consistently, then obviously the courts aren't liking what GM's doing with that either. And I had a feeling, even in the very beginning when GM first said this, I had a feeling it was a scare tactic and that they were only saying it because they didn't want you to sell it. But they can't really enforce it because, like, when I bought my car, I didn't sign that paper. They never even displayed that paper for me to sign that said that I was going to keep the car for 6 months. I never signed it. So if you don't have my signature on that, I could sell that car tomorrow, and you're not going to be able to cancel the warranty because I never signed anything saying that. Wyatt Charter says, will my 2023 that I get in 2024 still have the 5K rebate? Yes, it will. It's only for the 23 model year, so it doesn't matter when you get that, as long as you get it firsthand, like you're the first owner, and you get it 23. Kerry Gloss says, E-Ray or Z06?
Yes, E-Ray. I mean, Z06.
I gave up my number 1 spot for E-Ray and have number 2 spot for Z06. Did I make the right decision? My small dealership only has sold one Z06 this far, and question when they will see another one at MSRP. Yeah, Kerry, I would say you made the right decision.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the Z06 is the better car. I'm not discounting the E-Ray. I know a lot of you guys out there.
No, it's a good car.
I think the E-Ray is a great idea, but I believe for the price you're paying, the E-Ray is only a little bit less than a Z06, and the Z06 is a far better car.
Yeah. Jose was out at the event on Saturday, and he, the one with the Mexican Eagle, the Firebird, when he was leaving, and I was like, just listening to it, I'm like, yeah, it's the car I want.
Yeah.
Again, I have no problem if I was to only be able to get the E-Ray.
Oh yeah.
But if I have the option.
Right, exactly.
Definitely.
That's the big thing. If you have the option, and honestly, I would say that this is the case with pretty much everybody out there. If you have the option, the Z06 is the car that they want. But if you don't have the option, the E-Ray is not that much worse. So it's like if you have the two to choose from, either way you're winning. Like it doesn't really matter. But if you want the best bang for the buck, it's always the Z06.
Yeah.
What was the question? Oh, another thing I guess I should tell you guys. I'm going to be out in the near Philadelphia area October 8th, 9th, and 10th, I believe. I'm going to be out there because I'm picking up my Z06 from AWE. We're going to be doing some fun stuff outside of AWE. I'm not going to get too much into that yet. But I'll be out there for about 3 days all in. So if you guys want to try to meet up, shoot me an email. We'll try to schedule something so you could hear the car, you could see the car, whatever. Just throwing that out there if you guys are interested. Yeah, so Shane just kind of is living proof of what I just said. He said that he really likes his E-Ray and he wanted one, but once the Z06 allocation came up, he jumped on it, canceled his E-Ray allocation, and got the Z06. So basically exactly what I just said, living proof of it. He was all in on E-Ray only because the Z06 just wasn't going to happen for him. And then it did, and then he canceled his E-Ray. So a lot of people feel this way. The E-Ray is the second choice for the most part. All right, guys, we got 118 thumbs ups. Starting to slow down a little bit, but if we could, please smash the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Please hit that thumbs up. Let's get to 200 by 8:30. It would be really awesome if we could. This is what you want to do. Make that screen look like that.
Steven Rapston.
Yeah.
Steven Rapp. What's up, Steven Rapp? How you doing? It's been a little bit. Yeah, D's Ride says, I really like the E-Ray wheels. Strangely enough, I love how much space between the spokes there is.
Yeah.
The ability to clean out the barrel without gouging my knuckles. That is a really good, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's not a lot said about this most times, where a nice wheel design is almost always impossible to clean.
Yeah.
So this is one of the cases where I'm not a giant fan of the E-Ray wheels, but I don't think that they're definitely better than the Stingrays for sure. But I still prefer the Z06 wheels, which are definitely harder to clean. But I would take the ease of cleaning the E-Ray wheels for sure. Steven, anybody who's just now joining, our giveaway for tonight is the battery tender for the C6, C7, or C8 Corvette. They typically go for about $150. Every $10 donation will get you an entry. Every $50 donation will get you 2 times entries, so you get 10 entries for $50. And with winter coming up, these are a good idea to have in your garage. So C6, C7, or C8, it will cover you regardless of what 3 models there you have. We got 124 thumbs ups currently, guys. Like I said, If you could, please smash that. We would love to have 200 by 830. It would be really awesome. Justin, did you mention car of the week? Paul, I did not. So car of the week is obviously this picture right here. It's a really nice stable of a torch red Z06, and looks like a that other car there. Jason might be able to tell us a little bit about.
Yeah.
What is it?
Actually, I guess you can't see the picture. It's what your old car was. Your old C7.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking over at the other screen. Yeah, the Grand Sport Collector Edition. Absolutely,
There you go.
Love that car.
There you
And
go.
then obviously torch red.
I do not remember who sent me this picture. They emailed it to me. If that person is in here, please let me know. I totally forgot the name. Ronald Jackson says, Justin, did you ceramic coat your Z06 wheels? Yes, I did. So all of the cars I have the wheels ceramic coated. It's really a good idea to do that because wheels in general are just like we were just talking about. They're kind of a pain to clean. So when they're ceramic coated, they're a little easier to clean.
And a lot easier to dry.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Stephen Rapp says, survived 2 bouts with pneumonia and now ready to be a helpful member of our community. Wow, Stephen, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
Ouch.
That's not good.
Well, welcome back to this side of not being sick, I guess.
Yeah.
It was brutal, he says. Yeah, I can imagine. We got Sarah paid us $20. So she gets 2 entries. I'm not sure who Sarah is. Oh, Bill. Bill Osselborn. So
Bill.
two entries for them. So that we have made enough on that, guys. We will be giving that away tonight, which is awesome. So if you're interested in winning that, every $10 counts. Let's see.
AARPM has his car up for sale on
I saw
Finders.
that on Vet Finders. That's
I've
an
never
interesting
heard of
name
Vet
for a
Finders.
website. Yeah, I was just gonna say that's an awesome idea. Whoever decided to do that. Paul Lamonaco says, "What a great opening picture of you, Evil 3."
Yeah. Not me. Yeah. I'm the only one that looks like
only one smiling. Yep.
Like,
he actually said that earlier. He said that me and Steve looked like we were evil. Jason was smiling at least.
I look like a putz. I'm like,
hello. NBA Live Mobile Awesomeness says, what kind of coating can you put on the carbon wheels? So same kind of coating, ceramic coating. If you go to your detail shop, I would always recommend Expel Fusion, which is the ceramic coating by Expel, especially now that they have the 8-year coating. It works really well. They actually have a special wheel and caliper coating. So the stuff that gets a little bit warmer, it takes a slightly different coating to adhere and maintain. So definitely ask for Expel Fusion. Depending on where you're at, where you're located in the world, we have a couple shops in the areas. So if you're near Pennsylvania, Florida, or St. Louis, I can hook you up with something there. With a Thanos jawline. Heck yeah. Look at that, Jason. You had a Thanos jawline.
Yeah.
Thanos.
Nice.
It's because the picture was taken kind of like this.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
Do you have those seat covers near you?
Huh?
I asked Jason if he has those seat covers near him. See people think about that idea. Everybody's interested in that for a giveaway sometime.
Might be a minute. I gotta open this box. It's pretty well.
All right, so
sealed.
Romnan asked what the charger is for. So you plug in during the wintertime, the longer your car sits, the more likely the battery is to totally drain. This plug basically will plug into your cigarette lighter and then into the wall. It keeps your battery trickle charged, so it never fully loses charge over wintertime. So it's a good idea to have this on your car, even if you let it sit for more than 2 weeks at a time.
I have it on during the summer.
Is it on right now? I bet it is.
Yeah,
yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I drive it and it automatically goes in. Doesn't matter if I don't care if I go a week or a couple days, it still goes on it.
Yeah, the battery tender is a really good idea. It's a really good thing to have.
Just don't be like Jason and forget that it's plugged in and drive away.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that twice.
We drove away with the battery charger still attached to your car.
I did. I was, yeah.
All right, so guys, another giveaway we might do tonight if we get enough interest are these seat covers for a C7 Corvette. Jason just did a video with these with
Dad's Garage, Tim.
Dad's Garage, yeah. And they installed these on his new C7 Z06s Z07 package car. And they're really a cool option because they're less a seat cover, more of a seat skin. But
Dude, they're very well made, man. And it's perforated.
I'm gonna actually start a poll over here to see if you guys are interested in these, because if we can get enough interest, we might give these away tonight as well.
Yeah, but they're not cheap, man.
Yeah.
Larry's funny. He said, I charge my battery tender. Yep.
All right, guys. So I created a poll. Let me know if you're interested in the seat covers for the C7.
And only put it on there if you're really interested. Don't vote.
Yeah. If you're gonna say yes, actually, I put that it's for the Z06, but it's for any C7 with those seats. Only say yes if you would actually donate to try to win these things.
Yeah.
Carrie Glock, anytime, and I mean this literally, anytime you're around this area, I would be happy to take you for a ride in the car. I'd be happy to take your wife for a ride if she needs that much convincing. Get her to sit in the actual car and see why the car is so much different than a Stingray. So if you want to come out, bring your wife out, take a look at the car, ride in it. I might even let you drive it if I'm feeling really squirrely that day. Let's see. 141 thumbs ups currently, guys. All right. We got 20 more minutes to hit, 59 more thumbs ups to hit our 200 goal. That's pretty good. We're moving along though pretty well. I appreciate it, guys. You're doing awesome. Keep it up. The thumbs ups really helps the channel. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. That also really helps. Make sure you won't miss any of these Corvette Weeklies moving forward. It'd be pretty cool.
Hey, let me do a plug real quick. If you're not subscribed, well, actually, if you're on Instagram, you should hopefully be following all three of us. But if you're not on Vet Syndicate, please follow us on Vet Syndicate, because people like Matt Hurley, Paul, they know we talk all the time. 2020 Matrix. That's the best way you can get through one of us sometime. Any 24 hours a day. I'm always on that stupid thing.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, between that and even in the description down below, the Discord channel, there's a lot of activity going on in there as well. You can reach all three of us there. And that's kind of a chat thing after hours. So after we're done with the live, pretty much any time. If you ever really needed to get a hold of either one of us, you'd be able to get us on the Discord.
And you want to know how political I get? Ask Matt Hurley.
Yeah.
Matt Hurley knows.
If you're actually interested in Steve's political shenanigans, you can contact him. You can contact him off the live stuff and just hear all of it. And there's a lot.
Yeah, and I know who aligns themselves with me too, but I'm not going to say their name.
Yeah,
because it's hilarious.
All right, Mr. T says cold air intake tested for a Z06 with a solid 20 horsepower gain. We've talked about this once before, I think, guys, but I've been told that a 20 horsepower gain from an air intake, a 20-ish horsepower gain from an exhaust, and around 20 to 30 for the Sport Cats, and those compound on top of each other. So you're talking about a 60 to 70 horsepower gain from 3 minor bolt-ons on this Z06, and that thing, at that point, it's faster than my ZR1. And that's pretty crazy.
Speaking of that, we're going to install a cold air intake on Jason's car on Friday.
Weather permitting.
It will. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long day.
Yeah. That's why it's been sitting in my downstairs for 2 months. Long, and it's been hot. Thank goodness it's finally getting nice.
Stephen Rapp says, have you had any issues with your new Z06? I think he's talking to me. I have not. No problems with mine whatsoever. I've already had the oil changed and the transmission filter changed, though, at about 2,200 miles, which I would definitely recommend. These are one of those things where you can't do them enough. Maybe you're wasting time, maybe you're wasting money, but in my opinion, I would always err on the side of caution with this stuff. When it comes to the transmission filter, I found on eBay, I found 3 of them for $75. I'm going to change that transmission filter every time I change my oil. For that price, there's no reason for me not to do it.
Yeah, I thought they were a lot more than that.
And true,
They are. They're
if you haven't seen
$250.
Justin's
Okay, that's
video,
what I thought.
people need to see that video, because after I watched that and they pulled that filter out, that makes
Yeah.
you want to change that filter. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, I actually put up a video of showing the Corvette tech in my semi-local dealership, changing the transmission filter and the oil filter and everything. The first one is covered for free. GM says to do the first one at 7,500 miles. I think that's way too late. If you watch him pull the filter out of my car, the transmission filter, you can see it's already pretty dirty. And that's at 2,300 miles. So I would say 4,000 miles max, change that filter. And that's just my opinion, of course. But based on the price that you can get them for, from GM, they're $250, which is very expensive for a filter. But you can find them much cheaper than that online. Like I said, I found 3 of them on eBay for $75. I will be changing it every time I change my oil, because it's easy maintenance and it's peace of mind for $75. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ronald Jackson, that's my saying on this all the time. It's better to over-service than deal with what might come from not servicing soon enough.
Yeah.
The big saying is, oil is cheap, engines are expensive. It's that simple. You blow your engine up or you change your oil too often.
Yeah.
Wheeler O'Hara says, yeah, your video on the transmission filter was good to see on the darkened pleats. Yeah, you could see inside the filter enough to see the pleats had a lot of dirt on them.
Crazy.
148 thumbs ups currently, guys. We need 52 more to hit our target in 15 minutes. So 52-15. Matt Hurley says, I did mine at 1,500 miles, getting ready to do my second oil change in the next month or two. Yeah, that's what I would do. 1,500 miles. Honestly, I wanted to do mine at 1,000, but I couldn't get in there soon enough because I was hitting 1,000 right around the time we were at Carlisle. And just wasn't going to work. So I went a little longer than I would have for the initial oil change. I would have done it closer to 1,000 miles. Stephen Rapp says 100%.
Mark Cussy did his own oil last week, and but I'm not surprised. He also put that wing on his C06. So I mean,
yeah, honestly, the oil on the C8 in general is not super difficult to change. GM did a really good job of making sure that this mid-engine car still had fairly easily accessible maintenance points. So the oil filter, the drain plugs, even the transmission filter, you don't have to drop the engine or anything crazy to get to this stuff. It's relatively easy to do it yourself. With my quick jacks that I have in the garage, I'll be able to get that thing up on the quick jacks, take down the panel I need to take down, and swap all that stuff out. I'll probably have less than 45 minutes into it.
Yeah.
We got 152 thumbs ups currently, so we need 48 more thumbs ups, guys. That'd be awesome. Ronald Jackson says, Justin, did you notice any change to your 06 shifting through gears? Believe it or not, I did. So in that video, whenever I was filming the outro after I picked up the car and I was driving out of the dealership, I immediately noticed the car felt smoother through the first and second gear change. So maybe it was a placebo. I couldn't tell you for sure, but it did feel smoother. Now, if you guys are familiar with the way that transmission's set up, if that filter is clogged, the transmission automatically will bypass it. And when it's in bypass, shifts are very erratic, and you will know when that filter is clogged. You'll be able to feel it. And I feel like I feel like mine was getting to that point because some of my shifts were pretty hard, and then after I got that filter changed, everything seemed to settle down a little bit more.
Hey, what is the hot topic tonight? We should get into that.
What is
You
the
don't
hot
remember?
topic? I totally forgot.
Some about the strike affecting the automotive industry.
Oh yeah,
Right?
so we've already kind of talked about that a little bit tonight. But the thing is that this strike in general, now that I have a Ram, my truck is the Ram TRX. Now that I have something that's outside of the Chevy realm, it's a little bit easier to get a bigger picture of what this strike is really going to do. So a lot of you guys, you have your Corvettes. Steve has a Corvette and his wife has a Cadillac. My wife has a Cadillac. If I didn't have my Ram, it really wouldn't click in my head how big of an issue this really is, because all of us are just thinking, okay, this is affecting GM, no big deal. This is affecting everybody. So Ford, GM, Dodge, they're all being affected by this. And to the point where it could potentially start to really put a hurting on used cars and even what's left of the new cars. Now, I heard randomly through the grapevine here that Chevy is apparently like letting this whole strike thing ride until it starts to affect their SUV or truck sales. So apparently since the last strike in 2020, they have really ramped up the truck and SUV market to make sure that they had a bunch of these things stockpiled, because those are their golden tickets, basically. Those are the cars that sell enough that literally pay the bills. So once those things are affected, that's when a fire's lit under them and they realize, okay, we got to make these demands happen. So until they sell through that reserve, basically, they're not gonna meet any of the demands with the UAW, and that is going to hurt everybody. So used cars, just like in 2020, used cars exploded. Yeah. Used cars were worth way more than they used to be, because you still need a new car. From time to time, you need a car. Yeah. And if you can't get a new one, you're going to go try to get a nice, gently used one. And the used ones were just way out of line on price. That's probably going to happen again. So if for those of you out there who have a C8 Z06, odds are very good the prices of them are going to start going up again. They were up pretty high. They kind of started to come down and level off a little bit. They're probably going to go up again. The longer this strike goes on, the more likely it is the prices of these cars are just going to go astronomical, and it's going to affect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Cadillac dealer this Thursday to look at my wife's lease is coming up, so we leased her car. So I went to look at another lease. So the car that we were looking at doing, there was only two of them. It wasn't the color she wanted, but there was two. And I asked the guy, and he's like, first of all, they wouldn't negotiate at all, like at all. Like they weren't going to negotiate on the only two cars, because he said it could be months before they see anything coming in, because transport's stuck too. So it's going to affect a lot of things.
And I like Howard Minkus. Japanese and others will take advantage now. Absolutely, man.
Oh, yeah.
Honda, Toyota, Kia, except for the ones that are built in the United States, of course.
Auto Addict USA says, keep crushing it, gents. Auto Addict USA.
Love that name.
I feel like, yes, you are the man that I've been wanting to talk to. Interesting. Very interesting that you would have popped in here. I was just thinking about sending you a message today. Maybe I'm going to now. So you're going to be getting an email from me very soon. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So Mark Cutsey says, FYI, cheapest Mobil 1 supercar oil for Z06 was on Amazon. $83 for 6 quarts. Chevy wanted $18 a quart. Jesus.
Wow.
And all other car places had no stock. So I actually ran into that same problem in the video whenever I was doing my oil change. The dealership, I called them 2 weeks in advance. I told them to order the oil and everything. And they're like, oh yeah, we have it. I got there 2 weeks later, they didn't have it. So they told me flat out that there was anywhere near them that they could go get the oil. So I had to reschedule and go later, which is why my mileage changed in that video. So when I first went there, I had like 1,700 miles on the car, and I ended up not actually getting it changed until I had about 2,200 miles on the car, because I had to go back. But yeah, the oil is tough to get. Amazon does have it for a decent price, but even that price is still pretty high for what you're getting. It is the Mobil 1 supercar oil, so it's good stuff. It's really thin. Like I was surprised at how thin that oil is, but 158 thumbs ups currently. We need 42 more with 8 minutes. It's probably not going to happen. Ask for Mo. Okay, will do. Thanks for tuning in, Auto Addict. You guys, it's almost like you're psychic. I think you might be. Keith French says, will changing your own oil and transmission filter affect GM warranty? So yes and no. The big thing is no, because you'll be able to change your own oil as long as you keep a receipt of it. You'll be able to prove that you changed it. The transmission filter has to be changed with record at 7,500 miles. So even if you do like I do and you change it early at 2,000 miles, you have to do it again at 7,500. GM is very adamant about this. If you do it at 6,900, well, actually, that might not be true. But anyway, if you do it early, you have to do it again at 7,500 miles.
Has anybody done that yet? What's the cost of that from a dealership?
It's about $600.
Yeah,
I asked them because once
take it.
once my time has come on 7,500 miles, I'm going to take it to them because I want there to be a definite record that it was done. That's the only reason. Before 7,500 and after 7,500, you can do it yourself. So 7,500, for those of you out there, if you're smart, you'll wait for the 7,500 mile oil change and stuff. You'll let them do it for the free one, and you'll do it yourself beforehand. That's how I would have done it had I actually had the parts, but I was waiting for the oil. And like I said, the oil is on nationwide back order, so it took a little over a month for me to get the oil. What was this? Can you talk about the break-in process? Get my Z06 tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, congratulations. That's an awesome car. You're gonna love it. I know I do. It's killing me. I haven't had my car for a little over a week. But yeah, big things are I wouldn't even go past 5,000 RPM. Don't stay in the same gear or at the same speed for a long period of time. Don't do anything crazy in the car. I didn't until 1,500 miles. Not the initial break-in's 500, but I like to take it to 1,500 just because that's when you can actually do track use. And some of the stuff I do on the street or Mexico, we'll say, is very similar to track use. So I waited until 1,500 miles before doing anything crazy on the car. Varying speed, varying gear, and not going over 5,000 RPM. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Mark Cutsey says your points when you buy the car, or if you're to the point where you've owned a car for 6 months or more, your points can be used for services and accessories. So the points that you get for the 23 models, or even if you just purchase a 24, you'll still get an initial set of like 30,000 points. You can use those points towards your maintenance on the car as well. So I don't know if you've used yours, Jason or Steve. If you haven't used it yet, you could use that towards it.
Yeah, I have not.
30,000 points is, I think, $300. So, I mean, it will cover half of what it would cost you to get the oil and transmission filter changed.
Right. Yeah, I have not used mine yet.
I used mine immediately. I bought those floor mats, and those floor mats were like $200.
I used mine for my first 500 mile oil change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one of us that didn't do that. I didn't have time.
Okay, so 87% say no on the seat covers for the C7.
How about this? If you're interested, message Jason directly, and he'll take care of it.
What's that?
About those seat covers. If somebody wants them, they could buy them from you.
Yep.
Lewis LG Z06 says, Justin, is your car still at AWE? Yes, it is. I'm picking it up this upcoming weekend. So I'll be in the Philadelphia area on the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, I think, is what the dates come out to. So if you guys are interested in hearing it, seeing it, looking at it, saying hi, whatever, let me know, because I'll be in that area. Yeah, Stephen Rapp, you're actually the one who gave me the idea to do that, to get those floor mats. Yeah, I canceled OnStar. I don't do anything with that. The only thing that I do like that kind of has to be done with that car is I like the idea of being able to remote start, remote lock, all that stuff for myself.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, you can buy that separately. Last time I looked into it, it was like $11 or $12 a month, which is still really expensive for that service. But if you push on them hard enough, you'll get some discounts where you can get that service, I think, for like $70 a year, which is what I pay on my Ram to have that service, because I really want the ability to remote start from my phone. So guys, real quick here, I don't know where we're at with thumbs ups, but our giveaway for the week is a battery tender. So you plug this into your cigarette lighter, the other end into your wall outlet, and it will keep your battery charged in your Corvette. This is a really good idea to have this for the winter time. Keeps your battery, topped off all the time so it doesn't drain. Your battery can get seriously damaged if it actually drains all the way down to zero and you have to jump start it. So these are a great idea. They're typically $150. You can win one tonight. For every $10 donation, we'll get you an entry. $50 donation will get you 2 times entries. So you're very likely to win. As of now, we don't have that many entries, so you should take your chances with this. If you need a battery tender for a C6, C7, or a C8, these will work. So, yeah. We're getting very close to calling the winner because we're going to call it tonight. So if you want to get entered, do it now.
Yeah, and you know what's a good idea is what you and I discussed, and you sent me a form that I printed so I can put in my car so I don't drive away with it plugged in again.
Yep. Well, you know what's funny about this is Jason and I have talked about this. I had to make that form for myself too because I've done it twice. Yeah. I did it once with my C7 Z06 and then again with my ZR1. And luckily, it didn't damage anything inside the car, but it did rip my wall outlet off the wall in my garage.
Now, I remember I'm talking on the phone to the owner of the company I used to work for, and I'm like, what the hell's that noise? Like, I could hear something out the window, and I look in this little side mirror. I'm like, I see this thing dangling behind my car as I'm dragging it down the street. I was like, oh. So, it still worked, though.
Yeah, so did mine. Mine didn't break enough that I had to replace it. It didn't break anything in the car, luckily. Even the outlet that it ripped off the wall, I was able to put back on the wall.
Yeah.
I think I know this answer, Justin, but does the battery tender for the C8 work with the Z06?
Yeah, so Joe G says, does the battery tender for the C8 work with the Z06? Yes, they're all the same. So all of the C8 lineup, all of the C7 lineup, and all of the C6 lineup will work with this battery tender. So it doesn't matter which one of those 3 generations you have or which performance variant, they will all work.
And this is the OEM version, not some aftermarket thing.
Yeah, this is it will have an actual Corvette flag on it, and you'll just let me know which Corvette you have. Mark Cutsy's doing the right thing. He's being a nice guy. He says he's going to give someone else a chance to win this week. He's giving back. Shane says we got 167 thumbs ups currently. That's 33 away from our goal. It'd be really cool if we could hit that really soon, but I think we're getting pretty close. Guys, please smash the thumbs up button. It really helps. Let's see. Store the key on the tender. I'm not sure what that means, Jake Loans.
What?
He says store the key on the tender with a question mark at the end.
Oh, I guess that means you won't drive away if your key is attached to it, but leave it out in the garage,
But I think you're keeping your fob next to the car. It'll actually start.
It runs down the battery on the
run the battery on that too. It's like 30 feet.
You want to keep the battery or the key fob away from the car 30 feet, or else the car and the remote are constantly communicating, and the battery and your key fob will die.
Well, will the car start with the front open?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll warn you that you can't. It's limited to
I don't think you can put it in drive though.
You can. It will limit you to 27 miles an hour. As long as it's the first, you got 2 clicks down. If you put it the first click, you can drive up to 27 miles an hour or something.
Why not 26?
While you see that battery tender dragging down the road.
I have no idea, Jason. Somebody decided. Whatever number it is, it might actually be 26. It's a really odd number. It's not a round number.
That's what I'm saying. It's just strange that.
Yeah. Yeah, BPR Z06 says the tender plugs into the accessory port located in the frunk. On the C7, it's in the rear hatch area, and on the C6, it's just the cigarette lighter. Honestly, a regular cigarette lighter does still work for this, but GM gave special ports for them just so you didn't have to take anything out of your actual power plugs, cigarette lighter area, whatever. 2020 Matrix 8 says my key fob stays in the car and it's been there for 3 years, never an issue. It's a little different with the C8 because the C8 battery in the key fob actually shuts off when the key fob is not moved. But with the C7, that didn't happen. So the C7 battery would run down really quickly with the key fob because it was constantly communicating with the car.
That's what it was.
Scrappy 750 says, has anyone wrapped the engine panel or engine panels or engine bay with vinyl? I have seen somebody do that. I just saw it at a car show the other day. It was like a faux carbon fiber looking vinyl wrap. It was nicer than the stock setup, but Steve probably did it the nicest way with covering the whole thing up with carbon fiber, carbon fiber panels. That's the way it looks the best, I think.
Yeah.
Plain.
All right, guys, we are going to call this giveaway. So if you want to do any last minute entries here, I'm looking at Venmo now to see if we got any last minute stuffs.
While you're doing that, hey, I have a video coming out tomorrow, or at least part of a video coming out tomorrow from Saturday. We had a huge picnic with the DFW Kings and Queens. Man, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of vets, some really interesting vets, and it was a good time. Good food too.
Yeah, they threw down. It was nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't hot.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah,
my
that
phone
look like a
didn't
good time.
overheat but one time, but it did die. Like, I used it a lot, so.
Well, there's a software fix coming out this week because of that. If you have the new iPhone 15.
Yeah, for the battery or for the heat?
Battery and the heat.
Nice.
All right, so nothing new, guys. I'm going to give everybody 2 more minutes. If you want to get last minute entries in for this battery tender, you got 2 more minutes. So we're going to call it at 8:37. So yes, get your last minute entries in literally for the key or the battery charger / tender. This will keep your Corvette battery charged up over winter time because, like it or not, we are heading into the snowy months, and yeah, it'll get you. So you don't want to come out to a dead battery once springtime hits. These things will help you out. Normally $150. Every $10 entry will get you, every $10 will get you an entry, and so you could potentially win this thing for $10. Keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, Lewis, most of us do know this, but I guess that is a good point to bring up. He says, are you guys aware that your car is reporting your driving through the smart driver in the Chevrolet app? Make sure you unsubscribe. This is one of the very first things I did whenever I got my ZR1. I noticed that was turned on. So if you guys have a C8, C7, C6, or no, I guess just C7 or C8, there is a section in the Chevrolet app that is called Smart Driver, and if it's turned on, it's recording hard brakings, hard accelerations, stuff like that. And I don't know where it's reporting it to, but I'm sure it's reporting it to somebody that doesn't need that information.
Yeah, you can be sure of that.
Exactly. So if you're using anything like this, if you have the Chevrolet app, go into it and turn that off. Yeah, guys, let's try to get these thumbs ups to 180. We're pretty close. 180. And we got 1 more minute for last minute entries on the battery tender.
See you, Larry. Have a good night, buddy.
Thanks, Larry. Yeah, Jay Clone says, on that note, Uber and Lyft sell that information on you too. I'm sure everybody does. The best you can do is limit how many people have that information. So turn off that option in Chevrolet and turn off every bit of privacy thing that Uber and Lyft will allow you to disable it.
It makes me wonder.
Going on Life 360.
That's what I was going to say. We have that on Life 360, and
yeah, breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was one of the reasons I got rid of Life 360 was because I don't like the fact that they have all that information, and with the iPhone having the ability to do the Find My, it was basically the same thing anyway, and all of that information on the iPhones is encrypted, so no one else is getting that information.
Yeah,
Life 360 could easily sell all that stuff, and that's not a great thing for me.
Yeah, well, with kids and my wife driving at weird hours, I'm not going to get rid of it.
I mean, if you guys don't all have iPhones either, you can't do Find My on Android. So Jay Clone says he just unenrolled from Smart Driver. Thanks. See, this is exactly why these weekly live videos are such a benefit to everybody, even us. Like, there's stuff I've heard in the chat that I didn't know before. We're all learning from each other. These are fantastic informational events here.
Bill asked, how do you turn it off?
So, Bill, you have to log into the actual Chevrolet app on your phone or online. You can go to mychevrolet.com. and you'll be able to find it from there. I don't know the exact steps, but we might cover this next week in the exact step form if you don't find it by then.
That sounds like a video you should be making, honestly.
Yeah, it does.
That'd be great, because
what do you want to bet that
do it before
comes
some
out
other
with it?
some other YouTuber copies it, because I just gave them the idea, and
I was just gonna say he's gonna do it now before.
It'll be amazing.
Good Lord. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Guys, we are going to run the winner for tonight's giveaway, because I didn't get any further entries, and we are done for the night, I think.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready. I am ready. I'm going to hit this raffle button.
Let's see who wins it.
It is
Matt Hurley.
Matt Hurley.
All right, Matt Hurley. I probably already have it, but if you could shoot me an email with your shipping address, and we'll get this thing sent out to you. Romnan, it is also for a C7.
Is Matt still in here?
Yeah, Matt, if you're still in here, let me know. I'll send him a message either way. But yeah, congratulations to Matt Hurley. He won a $150 item for $100.
Yeah, he's in. So he got a woohoo.
Yeah. All right, Matt, send me your shipping address when you get a chance, and we'll get this thing out to you. But
Mark,
entire pallet. Yeah. He's probably like, woo, now I got 301. All right, guys, thank you so much for all of the support tonight, all of the participation. It was really awesome. We will see you guys same time, same place next Monday night.